Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. Listen for Invite Health with Jerry Hickey and Amanda Williams. Weekday mornings at 9. WNN. Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470 and 95.3 FM. WNN.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your
Is your
smartphone.
child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. To all our friends in South Florida, New York, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago. I kind of like walking around with a mic.
I'm watching this whole thing. I wish I had a camera. I need a camera to film you as you go from one set to a next.
Kind of cool.
You like that?
Yes, until then the boy guy, the banana man Dan comes. I have to do everything. Everything.
That's it. Welcome to my world.
Welcome. Listen, we got, how was your weekend? How was everybody's weekend?
Great.
Good.
Great.
Weekend.
Great.
Got to
That's
talk
it.
to
Can I
lots
tell
of
you what I
parents,
did?
lots of kids.
I'm afraid to ask what you did.
So there have been times where I have thrown things away that I should not throw away in my home.
Like the winning lotto ticket for $1 million.
Like paychecks, like portable phones, like all those things that seem to go missing.
Yeah.
Well, you know all this identity fraud that's going on?
No,
so the
but
bank
go ahead, tell me
sends
about it.
The bank sends me an email that they're going to replace my credit card.
And that was the fraud.
They send me a new credit card. I cut up the card that I think it's replacing.
Nope.
Nope. I go to use another card yesterday.
You cut up the real
Missing.
one.
I cut up the wrong card.
Well, that's just you.
That is just me. So I wasn't going to even tell my husband. So I called the bank. I took care of it. A
But
new
you're
card has
telling him
come in
now.
today. I did tell him yesterday.
After the fact.
And always after you solve the problem do you tell. You never tell before the problem is solved.
So let me get this right. You had the new card, you had the old card, and you cut the new card that had the little sticker on it.
No, apparently I have 2 credit cards for this bank. One is a debit card and one is a credit card. I cut up the debit card. Never occurred to me that I had a credit card. And I went to use the debit card at Publix yesterday, and it was missing. It was gone, and I cut it up.
Welcome to our world.
So he says to me, very calmly, did you even compare the numbers before you cut it up? I went, well, apparently not. And I walked out of the room because there was nothing I could say. I was totally a damaged part of my part.
The numbers are going to be different. Doesn't matter.
Well, they tell you the last 4 of the card to replace. Yeah, that was still
No,
in my
the
wallet.
numbers are all different.
That's right. That's
At
what he
least
said.
you cut it up,
That's what he's
though,
saying.
and versus
I
the
did
fact
cut
that you
it up.
left it somewhere.
So you
nobody can-
memorize your numbers?
No.
Sure.
You memorize your numbers?
I memorized
I
a
used
lot
to.
of numbers for the first several decades of my life, and now forget it for a variety of reasons.
Memory program.
But that was it. That was the only Saturday night I went out with Pam Polani and some new friends.
How was
She
that?
asked me where my unicorn costume was.
No, she can forget that. I got
That is back
estimate
here.
that thing. Forget about it.
How was your movie weekend?
Good. We went to see Snowman.
What is that?
Snowman is about a killer, and it's a killer movie. It's very it's very
See, for
logical.
the visual in me, that just is more
You could do a
overload
movie
than I could
review
ever
every
handle.
Monday.
Yes, because I go to the
You
movies
go to
every
the
weekend.
movies every weekend.
Every weekend.
You could do a movie review every Monday. That should be a new segment we start.
We can do that
Movie
too.
Mondays.
Movie Monday. See, Mira's got the hold of it.
Movie Monday
She's got it
with Freddy.
going.
No, the funny thing is, I'm gonna tell you, the funny thing about this weekend was that I got into a conversation with Linda about people saying that I was funny.
You are funny.
And according to Linda, I am not funny.
Oh my gosh.
So check this out. Linda says she's funny.
I'm not going anywhere with this
When
one.
you laugh at your own jokes, I guess.
That
maybe
I
you're
did
right.
not know, but you had us in stitches the other day at a meeting we were at on Saturday.
Yeah, I know that. But the funny thing is that when I talk to people, they think they're funnier than me. So,
Really?
yeah. So, but they don't. You see, the object of being funny is not trying to be funny. So, I want to go over the reason I'm bringing this whole stupid
I'm
thing up
wondering where we're going with the being funny.
is that we did not talk about the segment. I turned off your.
It's because my mic wasn't on. We talked about it, just nobody heard me.
Okay, so I want to talk about it again.
A new segment we have launching. I think we need to change the day, but we have a new segment starting called Stall Tactics. Stall
Wonderful.
Tactics is going to take place in a bathroom stall. Not because it's about the bathroom, but it's because how many ideas and how much do we
Great
stall in
thinking.
business and how many times do we procrastinate that we often flush it down the toilet, never leave the bathroom with the ideas. We've now networked the people we met and we leave and everything just goes eh. So new segment starting I think on Thursday with Yvonne Haas and Kimball Stadler called Stall Tactics.
I have to tell you that would be, parents of 3D learners would actually love that because I think they probably think their kids are the best at stall tactics. I'll have to start to make a list of students, right?
We should
Where's this
segue
second?
into
Creative avoidance.
well that's it.
That's
It segues into everything, right?
It right does.
Everything.
And that's what they talk about, sort of when procrastination and stalling and what that does to emotional well-being. Right?
So it's so much easier to procrastinate, but yet it sits in your gut, and you say, I really got to do it, I really got to do it. If we just did it,
Can we talk about that later?
we can absolutely talk about it later. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, also 95.3 FM and 1470 AM. Give us a call. We've got a comedian in the house. 888-565-1470. 4 of them? I don't know, maybe 3, not me.
Well, the funny thing about this whole thing is that Dawn has a picture that her and her husband took in Canada. And it's a toilet, in a bathroom with a chair. So the reason people were laughing was I asked her,
Did
why
you
is
put it
there
up again?
a chair? I can't find
Can't
it.
find it, of course not.
But I'll get it. I'll find it. And there, I was asking, why is there a chair in the toilet? So you go on a trip, you go to Canada, you're in a hotel, you're in the bathroom.
It wasn't even the hotel, it was a restaurant.
Really?
That
Where
was
they
a
have
restaurant?
It was a
chair? They have
restaurant.
a
So who
chair
put
in
the
the
chair
bathroom.
in there?
I guess someone in the restaurant.
It's a place to put things.
So in the restaurant, we stopped because we're walking around. We're on this food and wine tour, the Jewish food and wine tour, which is like just a carb tour of Montreal, because that's all that Jewish food is carbs. And we walk into this restaurant to get more carbs, and the toilet seat is up, and next to the toilet is a chair.
Yes.
And it just lent itself so perfectly to the segment of stall tactics.
But I thought it was hilarious. So we had this big joke about it on Friday. Nobody heard it.
Because he forgot to turn my
I
mic
forgot
on.
to turn my mic on.
It's so funny because growing up, I always remember my grandmother saying, you know, before you get ready for a trip, like pack the car, get everything ready to go, and then go to the bathroom. Well, why? Well, because you might always, that's a great place to be, that you'll remember things that you actually forget. Like when you're going to the bathroom, you're like having that thought, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Really?
And yeah, so, you know.
You know what
it's
happens?
become
Then
that.
you remember it. You're putting your makeup away, and you go, I gotta pack my makeup. I gotta pack my suitcase. I need one more thing, and I always forget that one more thing
Yeah,
because
one
it's
more.
on the other side of the house. I feel like Steve Martin sometimes. You know the movie The Jerk, where he's moving out, and he takes everything with him along the way as he walks out of
I
the
remember
house.
that. I
He
couldn't
grabs a
remember the
chair,
name
and
of
he
that
grabs
movie.
this, and he grabs.
You know,
this is what I feel like I do.
Mira has something called a visual checklist.
That is what I do.
Segue.
I start in my bedroom as I'm walking through the house, and I take my makeup, I take my shoes, and I walk the kitchen. My coffee gets dropped off, and along the way, I drop things off and I pick things up. And when I come home, I just do the reverse. My family looks at me. They said, "What happened?" I said, "I'm like Steve Martin in The Jerk. I'm now putting everything back where it came from on my way back in the house."
It's really smart. It's very funny because
It's
when Mark
very
and I
funny.
walk out.
I've scared him clearly.
When we walk out of the house in the morning, and he's really helpful about sort of, oh, wait, and he brings the cup of coffee out with me, and I'm like, and I'm walking back in, he goes, wait, no, I have this, and I'm like, yeah, but it went out of the sequence of my head about what it is that I needed to be able to go back. It wasn't just that coffee, it was something else, and sure enough, I
Forgot
forget
something.
something
And you forgot
else. So,
something.
yeah, so we teach this stuff, but. what
So
can I
do
say?
you have a ritual that you do every morning?
Pretty
And you do the same thing over and over again?
much about
We
certainly,
try to, yes.
especially about where things go and right keys and back. Well, but yeah, about ritual. Yeah, I certainly do. And if I don't do it in the right order, it kind of.
And it works great for kids too.
Well, it gives them some kind of stability, right? So
Right.
They
They
can
know what to
follow-
expect and they have a checklist. And if they
Right.
put them down and check it off, guess what? They've done it.
But you're really right. Like you
And
probably
by-
feel off if you don't do that right thing in the right order, right?
Well, she's
picking
off
and
all
go-
the time.
The right thing in the
Well,
right
I
order,
don't-
and then of course, if I have time, I have to Swiffer the floors. It goes in that whole.
Okay, well that's a
thing.
whole
It's a
other
whole nother thing.
OCD thing, but okay, whatever.
But
Well, the-
firsthand, we have seen 3D learner work with one of their students here. Every Friday, we work with one of their students.
Which one?
I
You
can't tell you
can't
on
say.
air.
J, begins with J.
But one of the
Oh, I know who
one
that
of the
is.
young people that we
Oh,
work with.
really?
Yeah.
And how's that going?
It's awesome.
The
He
difference
loves it
that
here,
we
by
have
the way.
seen, look at the difference
you.
from day one, week 1 to week 4, is tremendous. And I sent you some of the videos from on Friday. Oh my gosh!
One of the
how
great things
amazing.
about that student is he has a mom who's really adopted the 3D learner philosophy,
Which is what?
which is develop a plan and follow it.
Well,
and
and
she's
deal with
really
language
added
and
structure to
rules
her
and-
kid's life, and it's changed his life in every way because it's a make the difference mom. She didn't just come, she actually chose to do things deliberately and effectively.
Which is amazing, and I watch him, and I said to you, I've watched him stay on task. This kid is so beyond smart.
Yes.
His verbal skills, his thinking skills, and
You know, I don't even know who this is, and you never tell me.
We're not going to on air.
I will tell you, but his verbal skills.
No, I don't wanna know.
And the way
No.
he expresses himself
Right.
is tremendous. And I watch him now stay on task. And I know it's a credit to what you're doing at 3D
Well, thank
Learner.
you. We appreciate it. It's interesting because it's also a credit to what you guys do about hands-on learning. Because we've noticed from the beginning about sort of having him, and it helps obviously that I'm visually capable of being able to talk about the set with him about what it looks like. Did you, especially since you moved when you went from the old set to this set, and we're like, did you notice this? And they'll come in and say, yes, did you, you know, and so we have this common visual for each other, but now he's able to fully explain what it is that, you know, you've done, whether you're making the commercials and what it is they got to do, and I get complete report.
It was so interesting. Friday we talked about, it's called No Place for Hate Day for the ADL, but we really focused on bullying and what bullying meant, and to work with the kids and find that for them to express what bullying is. They couldn't even identify the word bullying to the actions of what it was, which I found so interesting because some of them are middle schoolers. And we talked about scenarios, and is that bullying? And they said no. So we had to really go backwards on what is bullying and what it is to be nice, and how all of these kids at Salt Academy Homeschool accept each other.
Right.
It's a wonderful place.
It's an amazing place. And these kids are from 2nd to 8th grade, so they're not even in the same class.
Right.
And they all stand up for each other and defend each other and support each other. Right? You watched all of that.
It's amazing, you know. And you can ask them to do very difficult tasks, easy tasks, and they'll look at you with like eyes and gaze, right? And then they jump into it and they get into it. You know, and it's funny that you talk about the bullying, Dawn, because their insecurities, because they've been bullied, and now they're realizing.
Well, I don't think they recognize that that's what it was.
Well,
they know they've been hurt, right? They know they've been hurt.
They do not recognize, and I think that is so. I never realized until Friday that these kids can't put the label of bullying to the actions of what is happening. That we didn't even talk about this.
Until they wrote it.
Truly amazed me that you think everyone understands what it is.
One of the things about when you're outside the public school system or even private school system, they don't necessarily go over in homeschool situations what bullying is. No. To a large extent, parents take them out of the system because to avoid that.
Well, and I think also that when you recognize your child is being bullied, you don't all of a sudden, oh, honey, you're being bullied.
Right.
I mean, and so they don't necessarily put that to themselves. But
a lot of times the child won't tell the parents.
Well, that's for sure, because they think it's something that they've done wrong.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we gave them an exercise for them to write a paragraph, what is bullying? One of them touched my heart so much, we put it on the radio on Friday.
Nice.
We took out the music and put what her definition was. And I'm going to tell you something. She floored everybody at the radio station. Everybody was like, huh? So, and her sister wrote one, which we're going to put on tomorrow, because I have to edit it to put it up. It's just powerful medicine. And what you guys are doing with children, how you're helping them come along, it's the same medicine. You know, it's the same truth serum. You know, you're
trying to empower
them.
Absolutely. Because they feel that there's something that's taken away from them. It's not like they aren't wanting to be able to succeed in school or wanting to succeed in life. And part of the challenge is they don't necessarily have the words to be able to get out to explain what it is.
That's right.
And they don't really want to have their feelings. They don't really talk about feelings that way. It's so interesting, and they get really confused, right? About words to describe feelings. Like, are your parents angry or are they frustrated? Well, that's the same thing, and they don't get that difference because they think that look on their parent's face or a teacher's face is the same when they're angry as when they're frustrated.
It's true. It's that.
And it's about them.
And I forget. And now that my kids are grown, when you're out of it day to day,
right?
You truly forget how the child's brain works, and how they process, and how the word finding is so important. But what you do with 3D Learner, and I'm telling you again, what we have seen with these students that you are working with in 4 short weeks. I don't know how often you work with these kids.
Well, sometimes just twice a week.
Twice a week, but what happens is it comes a point, like in that mom's case, it was a pivot point she came to where she was another professional and she needed some help, and the other professional referred them to 3D Learner. It's the same point today where parents are getting their first report card.
Today's report card day?
Okay.
This week's
report card time.
Like Mira's
my red flag.
It's like a red flag where parents are going, all of a sudden, I got a problem. And what happens is they don't know what to do. And they'll often
go to... But they're doing so well. They're getting A's and B's.
Well, that's one of the things about it is there's this point on the report cards where the kids are getting A's and B's.
Print,
and then
folks.
Down in the small print, they say, but you're behind in reading. And in a couple of third graders, we've got some who've got report cards that said, and you're at risk for retention.
Well, actually, A's and B's?
They're getting A's and B's.
Because what happens is when you're doing your homework, when you're participating in class, you get A's and B's in first, second, and third grade.
Right, but
When
there's
you're
also
reading-
a little box that says below grade level.
Now,
At
do they-
grade
do-
level,
do
above
they-
grade level.
Do they have that where they can hold you back because you're reading?
Yes.
Yes.
So third grade, in Florida since 2004, there's been something called third grade retention.
Okay.
It's a policy which should have generated a massive effort to help kids succeed by third grade.
Absolutely.
That's
Not
what
at
we're
all.
about.
So there is no left behind, isn't
There is a left
Third grade.
behind. Now, here's what happens. In some schools, they'll hold kids. Now, we had a parent last week from Jupiter whose kid was told, or the parent was told, your kindergarten may be held back and will be held.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Okay. So what happens is when a parent gets that kind of warning,
Hello?
there's a point there where you could go, I'm going to fight this, or you could say, let me understand what's going on. Like, what's my child struggling with? Because most of these kids are a lot smarter than their results would indicate, but they learn differently, have attention issues, have vision issues. And so it's a great time for them to kind of come into our world and say, help me.
Right.
On that, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the warning signs, what we need to look
Okay.
for, and then how to
Good
get in
job.
touch with 3D Learner. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. It is Red Flag Week, Report
It is
Card
Red
Week.
Flag.
We'll be right back.
Do you want to, or you want me to?
What? In terms of?
Sit
Yeah.
back,
Some
relax, and
So where do you
breathe
notice it?
while
Yeah,
breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe and receive 2 visits for the price of 1. Call now to book your appointment. 561-288-0481. TheSaltSuite.com. What is Debercise? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debercise. Debercise comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debercise can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Debercise will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Sonia Hankin is the confidence expert and passionate guide to men and women who struggle with unworthiness, lack of confidence, and self-doubt. As a holistic psychotherapist and master integrated life coach, Sonia Hankin will help you unlock your confidence so you can make the changes you desire and feel good about yourself no matter what life throws at you. You can work with Sonia via phone, Skype, or in person. Contact Sonia at 954-214-8991. Enough is enough of not feeling good enough. If you want to find your voice and step into your power, call today for a free 30-minute session. 954-214-8991 or visit her at soniahankin.com.
Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracasa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. You can find us at 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. It is Manifestation Monday or Teaching Monday. We've got 3D Learner in the house, and behind me, on this table right here, are these magnificent flowers that Vitalizer app sent us on Thursday. And I cannot remember the last time I have seen roses open up to that extent. We've added nothing to them. I did vitalize them. And Fred, I mean, we can smell them when you walk in the studio. It smells like a florist in here. But look at the size of these roses. They're magnificent.
They call overextended roses. Very big.
Vitalizerapp.com. Check it out. I'm telling you, it's coffee, tea, chi. Coffee, tea, me, or chi. I don't know. It's all the same thing. But it truly has extended the life of these flowers, and it changes everything. We've had John on a couple times of Faith this month. And again, we'll be talking to him, I think, tomorrow on Sunny Arfa's show.
Tomorrow, yes. And also there's the event here at the gallery on Thursday.
Thursday night. It is Feel Great or Elevate with Sunny Arfa. It is a meditation launch event. There will be hundreds of people and vendors and food. We'll be here doing some interviews and live streaming. You can find that on Feel Great Meditate on her Facebook page on Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. You can check that out on her Facebook website as well.
That's right. All that good stuff.
All that good stuff. We are here with 3D Learner. I have my wand, and Mira has her red flag. Why do we have a red flag?
You guys keep doing that. You're going to have planes landing.
Sorry, we're going to have things landing. I get it. Well, it's red flag because this is the first quarter's grades, report cards that are coming out. And so there are all kinds of red flags that sometimes parents are being called in and teachers are raising a red flag, and sometimes they are not, and everything seems fine. But we're here to be able to sort of talk a little bit about what parents can do to be able to help make the difference.
And how do we discern between the true red flags of, oh my gosh, my child really needs help, or, you know what, it's a phase, it'll pass?
Well, I have to tell you that in 2017, that, oh, it's a phase, it'll pass, is a little dangerous, because there are a number of people that are still saying that, and oh, your kid is just young and they'll get through this. Part of the challenge now is school is working. Things are going so fast. I did a workshop yesterday with preschool teachers and what those kids are expected to be able to know. It's interesting because it's not, oh, let's quick run out and get a tutor. Sometimes you have to back up and sort out. Sometimes it has to do with kids and what we're going to call their visual motor patterns, timing, their fine motor skills. Sometimes it's not just the exact piece about the fact that it's reading or that it's writing. We have to be able to look back at what's causing some of those issues. So the red flags to be able to look for are, first of all, first and foremost, are your kids excited to be able to go to school or not? And if your kids are not, if there's some reason, then we need to be able to sort out what's going on. And my bet is, it's not about a bullying thing, though I guess we probably could be, but there's probably something going on about the fact of these kids aren't doing as well in school as they want to be. Maybe someone said something to them or they got some sort of bad grade. And also we have to be a little careful about red flags on report cards about the fact that it's not all about grades. There are lots of times that parents will look at a report card and go, oh, well, it's all A's and B's, my kids are doing fine. And then there's this, when we just talked about it just a few minutes ago, right, there's this little box, or being able to find out sort of what that means. Is that because we are conscientious as parents and getting the work done and they're handing it in, which is awesome? Or is it because where in fact kids are reading where their comprehension or where those other kinds of skills are going on in school?
We're looking at excitement to go to school, beyond the letter grades, really we're looking at the reading comprehension levels.
And how long is homework taking? Is homework taking forever and you're having to reteach that which was covered in school?
What do you think is, and it's going to be hard because they're all different ages, what is the appropriate amount of time on average?
Well, so they talk about it actually even sort of 15, 20 minutes per grade level. So really sort of kindergartners. And kindergartners and first graders shouldn't be spending more than 15, 20 minutes on work. All right, and quite honestly, even second and third graders, there shouldn't be enough work with the exception of reading, which really should be a 20-minute activity in and of itself. That the parents need, next time, I will bring our chart about what the difference between kids that read truly 20 minutes a day and really sort of say they do what they really don't. But if it's taking longer than 20 minutes for homework from K to third grade, then we need to be able to, and especially what's going to happen within that 20 minutes is that, as Mark said, our parents doing a lot of time reteaching. And if you're finding it, because the homework really should be, in fact, the homework really should be, this is what we're doing. It's fairly routine, you know?
But I got a question.
Sure.
The way things have, and people don't get mad at me, don't write to me, don't scream at me. The way things
really funny.
Right to her. The way things are today, the environment has changed.
Right.
The pressures have changed. The psychology of what's going on has changed. Things are speeding up. Things are amounting to more.
Right.
So there's more room for failure or making mistakes for children to learn.
Right.
So in my world, and this is my world, if I'm not getting it in school, I'm not going to get it when I go home for homework, and I'm not going to get it because mom and dad are so busy.
So here's the interesting thing. One, you're right. And when a mom goes to or dad goes to the internet, they're likely to find the word dyslexia. Okay? And the interesting thing is that dyslexia is defined as a problem with sound symbols. What we found after 7 years of dealing with dyslexia with our own daughter is that our daughter was actually a visual learner. A visual learner is a child who learns best when they see and experience information.
So just like the kids from the SALT that came here and that they're actually really doing, that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
So what we say is, for a visual learner, the parents
we have
need,
the picture on the screen.
The parents need a success plan for where that kid's at and where they want to get him to, and the parents often need a coach. Because I'll guarantee you this, even though Mira's a great educator and I'm a real great goal setter, we didn't know what to do for our child because as a visual learner, schools don't even recognize that. Schools don't recognize the kids learn differently. They don't recognize the kid has an eye teaming problem. They don't recognize they may recognize the kid has an attention issue and suggest medication, even though there are other ways of dealing with it. So the parent really needs a coach to figure out what's going on.
Let me ask you this. You say you've got a class, and class sizes are quite large. 20, 30 kids.
20. Well,
no, they're actually in Florida. They're actually okay. That's not the problem.
And then we've got discipline. You're disciplining a class as a whole. But Johnny's been really good. And Johnny really needs that, you know what, you can have that extra piece of chalk. You can have that clay. But you're under discipline for the class. What happens to Johnny's self-esteem because he's the visual learner and he needs that tactile? But you can't because now you're trying to teach the class. These are the consequences to behaviors. Are these the kids that come to you?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. Sometimes it's the quiet kid who sits there and just doesn't get it. And sometimes it's the impulsive kid.
Getting all of the attention?
There's no one type of kid that comes to us because the visual learner presents itself. Could be that young lady in the classroom who just sits there and just doesn't understand. Or it could be the kid that's banging off the walls. The visual learner just learns differently. Their brain is just wired in a way where they think in pictures. They remember places they've seen, movies they've seen. They learn best when they see and experience things. It has no direct impact on their attention, although it's a little harder for them to pay attention in the classroom if they're not understanding it. But they're also more likely to have a vision problem where their eyes don't
Freddy,
think.
it's like you say, do you dream in color or black and white?
That's right. But you know something? I am a visual learner. I learned everything visually. Everybody qualifies as a visual learner.
And everybody actually learns better when they do that. It's interesting because especially young kids, you're right.
I'm thinking maybe there are exceptions to the rule. Like I know that Sarah, my daughter, loves to read and she reads, but there's a part there that's visual as well. And you got to plug them in.
Right. Well, and the other part that you were talking about earlier about things are different and faster now, if you don't get it, remember they're on a fast train, man. And if you don't get it
you're gonna miss
today, you're going to miss it.
Teachers are judged by how well they stay on a schedule.
Yes.
And therefore, if a child is missing it, the train's left the station and it's gone.
And
We
So
really
it's
want to
very-
get these kids young, though.
We really
You
with a,
actually,
You're looking at preschool, Mary? You're working
well,
with preschool teachers?
I'm working at preschool teachers because preschool teachers still have a little bit of ability, even though they're getting pressured from administrative and parents about, I need to have my 4-year-old be reading. They at least have the ability to be able to slow down a little bit and start to be able to get these kids to move. And we were doing things about finger plays, and I have to tell you that all of these, some of these teachers that were under 30 were still going, I don't remember, we haven't done finger plays, and I'm thinking, oh man, goodness, I am really old. But the point really is sort of, it's what sort of certainly when it starts with movement. But kindergarten, first and second grade, that's the fast train, and that's why preschool, they're sort of starting to look at preschool kids now about whether they're really ready for kindergarten, because kindergarten you have to be able to be reading, whereas it used to be about social skills and language and play and climbing and swinging. And remember, those climbing frames and swinging things are now
Mark,
out
how
of
can parents identify if their child's a visual
But before you
learner?
do that, Mark,
Yes.
why don't you give out the phone number? Because I want to give it out a few times.
the website's www.3dlearner.com, and the phone number is 561-361-7495.
Now, this Saturday, we're actually having a parent
Success
workshop.
University.
Well, go get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm going to give you a minute
You
here.
can
and
have
we'll
me
get
go
back
and
in.
look who's coming in.
Who's coming in?
What?
You got your hand going, and I said, who's coming? Who's
I'm
getting a
talking
piece
to
of
the-
paper? You're
Come
talking
on
to
in.
to the
everybody.
camera. I'm talking to the
Right.
camera. I'm going to tell you, this is such an important piece that people just, you don't get it. You don't get it. I'm going to tell you again, you don't get it. You know, teachers have a responsibility. What I've learned on Fridays is that every kid is different. So you sometimes have to add a little bit more sugar and a little less over here to get things accomplished. But things get accomplished.
And it also isn't fair to be able to put it all on the schools today. And I think that part of the challenge is that we all, and I was just as guilty of it. Like, well, if you're recognizing my child's having a difficult time, why aren't you spending the time working with them? And I think that part of the issue now is, this is where we talk about sort of parents making the difference. Having a true understanding about where their child is at, certainly with reading, and not just the mechanics of reading. If the child is not liking it, they're not liking it probably for a whole lot of
But
reasons.
I'm going to tell you why I respectfully disagree.
Okay.
Hispanic kids who speak English and their parents don't, and
Right.
welcome to Florida, they don't communicate with their parents. I will lay $1 for the exception. But
Yes.
they don't communicate. So the parents there won't know. You know who will know? The ones that spend the most time with the kids, which are the teachers.
Well, this is true, but it's also recognizing that if the teachers are saying something to those parents especially, and by the way, just so you we also do have a Spanish-speaking teacher at our facility at 3D Learner. We have helped any number of those parents,
by the way, I
trying
will
to be able
say
to
this.
help them get the support. You're absolutely right. They are looked over.
Hispanic parents, in our opinion, have been terrific. They are as proactive as any group.
They got that slipper action, baby.
They
You're gonna learn, you're gonna get it.
They want
That's
action.
the way it is.
They want their kids to succeed and live the American dream, and they're proactive.
And by the way, I am all about making sure that these kids are still very bilingual. We're still hearing from teachers, oh, these kids are having this difficult time. You need to stop speaking Spanish to them at home. And I can't tell you how angry that makes me feel.
No, you don't want to do
Well,
that.
you
There
don't
are
want
better
to take
ways.
their culture away, but you do want them to speak English since we are.
Absolutely.
Well, that's right.
You
Well,
want them
they
do
have to be
both.
able to be English
Being
speaking.
bilingual is not a difficult, it's a gift.
Oh, it is a real.
That's right. I'm just trying to get them to comprehend. One of the problems I had when I went home is I had no one. My sister used to help me when she was around. My brother
Right.
wasn't. I had no one to help. My cousin, Juji. Juji used to say, write that down and see what happens. And then I started to understand that I better start paying attention in school because there was nobody to help me at home. You should have seen my poor mother who didn't speak a lick of
Well, it's
English.
not that they weren't there to help you at home. They didn't speak
couldn't.
English.
They couldn't.
They didn't leave you on the street and say, "Freddie, go." Gigi,
No,
do
they made sure
Your
that you
mother
got
was
to
home with
school.
You. You just didn't. She didn't understand.
And then
the
you know the
English.
terrifying thing to have mom when you did the spelling words and it was incorrect. It wasn't fun. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Is that where that goes back to? Is your
Oh my
spelling?
God, I can't spell that. I'm terrified. All right, let me get that phone number again.
Phone number is 561-361-7495, and the website's 3dlearner.com.
And I always talk about my kids, but these are the memories. And she's 25. When she was 2.5,
Right.
she went through preschool. I was pregnant with my son, had him. At the end of the school year, the teacher says, she does not participate in class.
Thanks for
And
telling
here
me.
I am at 26 or 27 with 2 kids. And I said, and now you tell me? Well, we didn't want to upset you. You were
Yeah.
more than
Hello.
zero.
This is why we're trying to be able to
Now
truly
she's
get
two. They
early.
said she sits in the back of the class and she
Sweet
doesn't
girl.
speak. She didn't participate for the whole year. Well,
That's
tell
why-
me in the beginning of the year.
In part of our coaching, we talk to the parents about having conversations with the teachers and making sure they share whatever their concerns are. And then we use tools like nonverbal cues. If a kid's shy, have a piece of paper, purple piece of paper, where the kid puts at the top of the desk that says, "You can call me now, I'm ready to answer." So it's a chance for the kids to get involved when they feel comfortable.
I love that idea.
I think what we should do is we should have a campaign.
Okay.
And we should have everybody out there, if you don't have a kid or a kid that you don't think needs 3D learner, but you know somebody who does, I want you to call.
Challenge.
And I'm going to challenge the community, because if you want to see kids do better, if all of this that I hear, that I want the community to do better, I'm going to challenge you, because I know, I've seen it. Everybody can use what they do.
And by the
Well,
way,
that's
yesterday,
real.
as a classic example, we were at this workshop with the Jewish Federation, and I was talking to one mom, and she says, "I've got a parent just like that." She texted her right away. The parent submitted a form. There's a free assessment online. You asked about how does a parent know? Some of the questions are, does your child remember places visited even from years ago? Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? And is your child a lot smarter? But we actually have a free assessment at 3dlearner.com/assessment that not only goes through whether your child's a visual learner, but also looks at whether your child has an attention issue, a vision issue. And then we offer a free stress to success strategy session, which helps a parent understand. But the point that Freddie just made, which is really important, it's very often a person who hears this who doesn't have a visual learner themselves or
But
a
they
3D
know
learner,
somebody.
but they know somebody who
somebody.
does.
They know somebody.
And those are the people, the incredible people who make the difference
And
for that
we
child.
need those kids to be able to be successful, because let me tell you, anything that we have today that's innovative, I mean, our iPhones, our phone, I mean, you name it.
Let's give out that
what
number
they
again.
do.
561-361-7495.
We're going to take a quick break. 3D
3D challenge, I love
3D
it.
Learner Challenge.
Help a 3D learner today.
Give us a call right now if you have any questions, 888-565-1470, or 3D Learner again is 561-361-7495, and we will be right back.
Okay. And then we should put before we leave, we should put the slides up, Freddie, about the event on Saturday.
Rochelle Schwartz is a certified emotional relationship coach who's been trained and certified by the world-renowned Ford Institute and has been facilitating coaching workshops for 17 years. She specifically works with women in their 50s and beyond who are ready for radical self-care, powerful and loving relationships, including relationships with themselves and others. Certified in Healing Your Heart, Future Focused, Courage, Blueprint, and Best Year of Your Life. An integrative leader, Rochelle has also been featured on The Oprah Winfrey Show and in numerous magazines, newspapers, and other local TV shows. You'll walk away with more happiness, freedom, and love. Rochelle is your secret agent of change. Contact her directly at CoachRochelle@Comcast.net or online at www.RochelleSchwartz.com. Or you can call her at 954-464-7017. That's 954-464-7017.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
And we are back on a Manifestation Monday with 3D Learner in the house. We are putting forward the 3D Learner Challenge, which is, if you call 3D Learner,
561-361-7495.
And mention the Brooklyn Cafe, you will get
God, that
half
has
off.
never happened.
And it's right here, 561-361-7495. And mention the Brooklyn Cafe, you will get half off of the focus assessment, which is different than the online assessment.
Free assessment.
The focus assessment looks at what's the child's reading rate and comprehension level, and also puts them on something called a physograph, which on the page 3dlearner.com/focus assessment, it shows you. It's actually virtual reality like glasses that show you how a child's eyes track when reading.
It's about an hour assessment that they come visit us and see what we're doing and what they get to experience.
We're located right in central Boca Raton, right on Powerline Road, south of Camino Park. So
Yes.
off of Camino and Powerline, very centrally located, an hour and a half assessment. Telling you, your kids, if they're not excited to go to school, if they're spending more than 20 minutes on homework.
If there's a reading comprehension problem.
Well, if there's a problem at all, I mean, something's going on.
You're absolutely right.
That's right.
Something's going, and I love it when something's going on. Everybody says, they grow out of it. I just love that.
What we really love, though, is when we get calls 2-3 years later or 20 years later when the child is either passes law degree or has gotten to a college or...
We have a young lady that's helping Olympic athletes. How cool is that?
She's a doctor now, and she had an ulcer when she was in 5th grade. It disappeared.
Right.
It's amazing. You know what else I found is that the kids know
how
they're feeling. They know what's going on. But we as parents, as educators, as the community, we either don't ask the right questions, we don't take the time because we're dual income homes, we're running however many jobs and multiple kids and making dinner and grocery shopping. But when you sit with the kids like we get to do, we have the privilege of sitting with these 12 kids every Friday.
Right.
And hear what they have to say and truly listen, they tell you.
Well, I just said to this young man the other day.
They know.
Do you skip words? And if he goes, yeah, I do all the time. And it sort of seems like they move around and the mom's sitting behind him going, how come you've never said anything? And he was like, you never asked.
Problem is, nobody
Work
knows
harder.
that they see the world differently than other people.
Right.
So that's why a good assessment actually gets the root cause.
It's like when you need glasses. And
Right.
they do these assessments in school and they tell you your child needs glasses and you look and the kid says, but that's how I see. I never knew that's not what it was supposed to look
Isn't it
like.
supposed to be blurry?
Like you said to me when you had your LASIK, the grass was green.
I said grass was green because I showed
First
her
time.
what the color was, and I was screaming my head off, oh my God. And my doctor came and says, take it easy, because there were patients in there. You know, the other thing is that people have to understand that parents, parents, you're your heroes to your kids. Right. You know, when you're coaching, and I want to specifically talk to coaches, when you're playing sports, you want to do well for mom and dad. You don't want to strike out. You want to hit a home run. You want to score that touchdown. You do it for mom and dad. You pull those grades. I'll never forget the day I came home with 18 awards. And my mother says to me, you didn't get one.
What?
No.
Oh. Sure wasn't
I steal them.
Did you
I earned them. I earned them. And there was one I didn't, which is cooking, which I didn't take. So I couldn't get an award.
Couldn't get the award.
But the bottom line is that they do it for your parents. Your parents are the kids'
These kids
heroes.
want to succeed and they want to please. They totally want to. They are not really.
So why aren't we giving them that path? You know, coaches out there. That's another thing. Coaches, you got to call. You are there with these kids when they're exhausted, tired, and I understand the teaching when you're exhausted. That is the best tool to teach because that's when the game is played. You're doing
that's
it
when they get it
physically.
at the sort of basic
But we have,
level.
in that respect, coaches play a unique role. They know when the kid's not paying attention. They know when the kid's got a problem understanding what you're saying. But at 3D Learner, unlike almost any other educational institution, will actually improve the students' athletic and academic abilities.
You have an event on Saturday coming up.
Yes, we do. So on Saturday, we have Parent Success University, how to be the coach and advocate your child needs.
Right.
And the theory there is every child needs a success plan and every parent needs a coach. And we're going to help the parents look at the world through your child's strengths. How can we help your child be all they can be? It's a no-cost event. It's at Patch Reef Park from 10 o'clock to noon on Saturday. And it's really designed to help a parent be informed, empowered, and proactive.
Wow.
What a great program.
That is really cool.
Well, 3D Learner Foundation is a not-for-profit that helps educate parents and teachers. And this is our opportunity to be able to give back to the community and be able to help parents, and this is be able to help parents of every kid. So whether you think you're struggling or not, every kid, no matter what, even if they're doing really well in school, and they still need goals and they still need a plan.
And while we're talking about foundations, Mark wanted to touch on the voucher program and this other scholarship program that is out there.
Yeah, so the Orlando Sentinel, Leslie Postal and her team up at the Orlando Sentinel just wrote a great series of articles this past week on the vouchers program, arguing there's very little financial accountability, which is true. But there's actually no academic accountability.
Let's back up a little bit and tell me what the voucher program is.
So the state of Florida has been on this privatization campaign to give kids vouchers so they can go from the school of their parents' choice. So they can go to a private school with what's called a McKay Scholarship or an Opportunity School, which is for school for lower income people. Okay, now they have the Gardner Scholarship for kids with more significant disabilities. Some of these concepts are good on paper, but what happens is, for instance, the McKay Scholarship, which is primarily for kids with dyslexia and learning disabilities.
Or ADHD.
The kid will leave school in third grade, a year behind, come back, go to a McKay school, and sometimes they're 3 years behind by the time you get to sixth grade. And the parents will say to us, but the school never told me where the kid was at. Because the private schools have no accountability to show progress. Now, some of the schools, and some are really, really good, but it's buyer beware, and nobody knows. There's no data that shows. So this is basically, we're going to hold the public schools accountable as can be and stifle their creativity by making them super accountable. But when we give the money to the voucher programs, no problem. Very few financial controls and zero academic accountability.
But how does that bridge to 3D Learner?
So what happens is parents come to us and they'll say, my child's been in this program for a couple years. Maybe, let's say in a private school, my fifth grader's really struggling, and we'll test a fifth grader, as we did a couple weeks ago. The kid's comprehending at the first grade level, even though the child's been in a private school for the last 2 years. Okay? Because the kid was a visual learner, had an attention issue, had a vision issue, and the kid was getting A's and B's on his report card, so the parents didn't think there was a problem. But it's the same problem Mira alluded to before. Nobody's actually, imagine a baseball game where nobody kept score.
Right.
Okay?
I've seen that.
It's chaos.
Everybody's a winner.
Okay, but what happens is nobody gets better.
Because they don't get better.
If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So what we do at 3D Learner is fundamentally different than most. Is we measure it. We also assess for learning strengths, not just learning weaknesses.
And then work with the schools as well.
And then we partner with the schools, because our philosophy when working with a school, our belief is whether it's a public charter or private school,
or homeschool,
we can be successful together, but we don't believe in what we call the individual education program, which is what the schools give IEPs for special ed. We believe in an individualized success plan.
So with that being said, you will do the focus assessment. And now, if you mention the Brooklyn Cafe, there's a half off,
right?
The focus assessment. You do this plan, you have a plan of strength, a plan of action with the child and the parents. Do you then put a program together to give to the teacher?
We give a program, well, often then parents will work with us, and then as part of our program, we work with the school to actually develop a success. I will do advocacy work, but normally we'll work with a child, train the parents how to do what they want, and then go to the school to help them develop a plan. And parents will often say to me after the meeting, now we actually have real goals.
Because
and
that's
real
the transition
plans.
I asked. So, because
Yes.
if you're teaching, as Mira does with her clay, these are how these letters work together, and you go to school and they're saying, sound out the letter at.
Right.
And this poor child is sitting here thinking, do I do it the clay? Do I do it this way?
So we-
Or do
That's
I
exactly,
sound it out?
that's
What
a
we
really
talk
good
to the
point.
school about is when we're doing things, we'll say, look, we've taught Johnny how to do the spelling this way. Okay? It works really well. So when Johnny has to work on the spelling, let's for the next 2 months let Johnny do it that way and let's see how things are going.
He
And
still
then-
has the same
and
words,
the
and he
last
still
case
has the
we
same-
had, the kid went from an average of 52 on spelling test to 95. And what's better from my perspective is, as one dad said, a year or 2 years later, my kid still remembers the words, because when we teach them, it's actually put into their visual mindset.
Let's give you a spelling list, Freddie.
No. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I was talking to my son over the weekend. I may go back to coaching because I met you two.
Awesome.
You know what, Freddie?
That would be awesome.
Let's team up
There's a
Literally.
challenge.
and really make a difference.
Well, one of the things when you play for me, you got to bring your report card and you don't play
Right.
for me. And the other thing is you have to read for me. Because if you can't read, how are you going to remember the plays and everything else? So
Let's give out your phone number
Go ahead.
again.
Let's 561-361-7495 and 3dlearner.com. Put your child on their pathway from stress to outrageous
And
success.
remember, Saturday morning from 10 to 12 at Pat's Reef Park
And if
in
you go
Boca Raton.
and if you go to 3dlearner.com/events, you can sign up. If you can't make that, just go to our website, do the assessment with your child, give us a call.
3dlearner.com. Give them a call, 561-361-7495, right in Central Boca Raton. This Saturday from 10 to 12 is a free success for children from coaching, academics. Give them a call, half off of the assessment. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe.
And by the way, because you get broadcasts all over the country, we've helped clients from 40 states and 13 foreign countries. So we have a
I get to
week-long
come to
program
sunny
also.
Florida.
International.
There we
Have a
go.
great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We're actually talking about screen dependency with Sonia Henkin tomorrow. Be kind to each other. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good job.
Good job, screen dependent. Oh, we were just to the second that these kids are getting dependent on it.
Brilliant.
Not moving.
One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
Vitalizer one.
Deb Varsalone invites you to Deversize. Deversize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Deversize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Deversize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe and receive 2 visits for the price of 1. Call now to book your appointment. 561-288-0481. TheSaltSuite.com. Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day.